You know, if it ain't broke, people say don't fix it. If it ain't broke, I say break it. Because if you don't break it, someone else is going to break it, and at least if you break it, and what I mean by break it is just keep testing and testing until you find a better option. That's it. Just to confirm, I've received your emails. It's on my list today to go through. I've set some time aside so I can actually go through it properly. In regards to social media client relations job description, what exactly is it that you're looking to try and do, or looking to try and get someone to do? Give me a bit of an understanding of what it is, and then I can point you in the right direction. Man, the more and more I delve into this digital marketing game, the more and more I see a need for a company like ours. Fucking unbelievable. There's so many hackers out there running people's shit and just doing it at the most basic level. And sometimes though, the basic level gets results. Yeah. And that's what stops the business owner from trying to seek better results. And they sit with what they believe is good, but it's not great. Like this, it's crazy. But it's good though, it keeps giving more and more material for us to be able to go, okay, these are the things that we need to be talking about. This is the things that we need to be bringing up to people, to businesses who are already having their digital marketing managed. Again, it's like driving a Camry. You can get from A to Z. You know, would you rather drive to Sydney in that red Ford Laser there, right? Would you rather drive 12 hours in that car there? You'd get there, it'd get there fine. It'd cost you less because the fuel probably costs less, it's probably got a 1300cc engine. Or would you rather drive there in something like this? Cost you a lot more, but you're gonna have a far better experience. It's just like saying, do you want to fly economy or business class? And if you could fly business class, everyone on this planet would say, yes, I'll take business class. No one in their right mind will go, nah, I'll just stick with economy, right? Technically, if it's spending, this is another case of, you know, and I see it more and more and more, is, let's say a business is spending 20 grand a month on ads, but they're getting a 10 times return. Let's say they're spending 20 and they're making 200. Now, it's a good return on investment, right? But what they need to then do is go, how do we spend 15? How do we spend 10 and get the same result? And then, or how do we keep spending the 20 and double our results? Because if you're talking about, and this is the light bulb moment, I think, for business owners who are investing heavily already. It's like, cool, okay, you're currently spending 20 grand and you're making 100,000, let's say. You're happy to spend the 20 grand because you're getting 100 grand, but would you be open to spending 20 grand and making 200 grand? And that's the difference of a half-assed social media approach versus a highly, and I'll use the word complex because it becomes quite complex, sophisticated plan that taps on many, many different variables to find the best. It's like coal mines, right? Just because there's coal on that farm, it doesn't mean you should go and dig that farm up. There could be another farm 10 k's away with like 10 times the amount of coal. I'd rather be digging in a coal mine that's full of coal than speckles of coal. Making the most of every cent you spend on Facebook or Google ads or wherever you're spending it. But I get it, because if you're getting a return on investment, it's like, well, why break it? You know, if it ain't broke, people say don't fix it. If it ain't broke, I say break it. Because if you don't break it, someone else is going to break it, and at least if you break it, and what I mean by break it is just keep testing and testing until you find a better option. That's it. This makes sense. Why would you not want to get better results? Especially if your business, like a business is derived on income. The success of a business is bottom line. You don't have your shareholders sitting at the shareholder meeting going, oh, cool, we've got 100 happy customers, oh, but we've got no money. I just want to give me the download. I've been seeing stuff happening. How you going? How you feeling?
Yeah, good. It's definitely keeping me more accountable and trying to make sure that I do a post every day. And the live video I did yesterday got interrupted by a phone call, which I was waiting for, but came earlier than I expected.
Hey guys, I'm on my live. Sorry. Oops, cool. I got to take it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's like everything, you know. Do it once, do it twice, thrice, fourth. But it's just easier and easier and easier. Yeah. And when I say easier and easier, sometimes it's still tough, right?
Yeah.
But it's never as tough as the first time because you got the experience. You know what's going to happen. Like you've now already experienced what most people have never experienced on a Facebook Live is the phone ringing during it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so it's there's going to be a lot more curveballs thrown, but you just got to learn how to catch them. That's all. With what you're doing, it's not go and do it. You get a bit of a hoorah, you get some few thousand views, and then dies away. You've got to remain consistent, continually putting up the flag, letting people know that you're now this person in this space. A lot of people see me as a Facebook guy, like someone who knows how to use Facebook for the business. That's just one very small component of what I really am and can show and teach. But because I'm very vocal about that and I share what I've achieved out on the Facebook, it's positioning for me to do that, which has been the long play for me for a very long time. Now opening Campbell Media Group, one of our core services is Facebook advertising. I've been building the authority for that for the last 5 years, right? The last 3 years heavily, the last 2 years even more so. So the beauty of this, with what you're doing, because it's in its infancies, there really is no what's the magic next step, what's the magic next step. It's like be more consistent with what you're doing, deliver what the consumer, you are the consumer, you are your customer, which makes it even easier. You know, that's why I always say I've got an unfair advantage to everyone else because I am my customer. I know what I want and I know what I need. The beautiful thing is now I already know how to get there, so it's easy for me to share that with people. You know what you want, you know what you need now, but now you're learning to be able to know exactly what it takes to get there. So your job now is to be able to pass this knowledge down to other people. And right now, because it's fresh, you're still going through the journey. You know, like I said, in 12 months when you're looking back and you're standing on that stage, you know, whether it's a stage or not a stage, but when you're standing there going, yes, looking back, there's gonna be people go, how did you get to that? And you're gonna have the roadmap, you're gonna have the process. Right, so right now you're building goodwill in the industry. That's what you need to be doing. Supporting, educating, motivating. But more importantly, you need to be the epitome of that. And the only way you win really is by being the prime example. Because it's so much easier to talk from experience, I'll tell you. You gain so much more confidence and wisdom being able to draw from actual experience. But what I would do is I'd sit down and schedule posts. Like on a Sunday, schedule posts for the entire week. You can sit down on Sunday and schedule a post for 7 a.m. every day of the week. Like a funny meme or a recipe will go out here at this time. It's the consistency and persistency, right? It's not the, you don't have the ability to be able to just post when you want to get the results you want. It doesn't work like that. That's just a pure example of what happens when someone takes action. People are afraid to take action because they're not sure of what's on the other side of that action. But very rarely do you ever hear a case where, oh yeah, I took action and it was a disaster. Like more times than not, it's going to work out more favorably. You know, people say, oh, you've got to fail 1,000,000 times before you succeed. It depends on what your perception of failure actually is as well. Someone had a passion within inside of them that they wanted to share, they didn't know how. They sort of could know how if you really look, right? The reality is, just jump on Facebook Live, you can see videos, you've got to get curious and go, oh, I wonder how someone's doing that, I'll try it. Right, there's always a way, but you need to help lead people to the water so they can start drinking the Kool-Aid, you know? And this exact prime example, I love it. This particular person ended up going live, first time ever. They had like 4,500 people watch their live, which generally happens when you do your first ever live. Facebook go, oh, let's get them hooked on this. It's a great move, Facebook, good on you. And the feedback was amazing. People have started reaching out, and we've literally fast-tracked her process probably, 3-6 months time by just making it, like I put some parameters around. If you remember, we had a coaching call and then I said, do it tonight at 7 o'clock, like in 3 hours time, you're gonna do it. So sometimes you just gotta jump, build the wings on the way down, right? I love that one. And a lot of times you don't know where you're gonna land. Like it's that whole thing of jumping and it's a big black hole down there and you're not sure. But you could jump, you could go through the big black hole, and on the other side is just fields full of cotton candy, right? I don't know where that come from. I actually think I might have thought jumping out I'd like to land in cotton candy maybe. You know, but what I'm really saying is you don't know what's on the other side of the jump. In this case, and it's great to be able to see it within the week, and within 7 days. People reaching out, she's feeling far more confident in what she's doing now, which solidifies the reason as to why she did it in the first place. It's not only impacted her, it's impacted her partner, who's gone to another level in work and in business and in personal. You know, so it's just a ripple effect. You don't know what you can do, or you don't know what you will say and how that could affect someone's day, life. It's amazing, fucking amazing. I just love it when people take action and do stuff, you know? I'm sick of people who say they're gonna do shit and they don't fucking do anything. What a waste. I hope you liked today's vlog. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share, tap the like button, the love button, subscribe button, any button that you see around this video, I'm sure you could tap it. Also, please be sure to leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.